Is it almost time for the Christmas podcast? Is today the Christmas podcast?
No, that's next
Today
year,
is
Tristan.
not the Christmas podcast. That's okay. Early on the season's greetings from Player 4 Podcast, which is now.
Ho, ho, ho.
Woo!
That voice you heard is our guest, but let's introduce ourselves first.
Hello. I am Tristan, a.k.a. Shagrazir on the Rooster Teeth website.
What's up? I'm Alex, a.k.a. Chaos Black 21.
And I'm Joseph, a.k.a. J. Dunlap, and our guest is...
Hi, I'm Jenny Gacy, and I am on Twitter, I guess, as at Jenny Gacy.
That's pretty concise.
I like it.
It's easy to remember. It's just my name.
The talented Jenny Gacy, who is the artist for Film Geek Army.
Yeah, Film Geek Army!
And also our commissioned artist.
Yeah!
Can't wait to unveil what you've done for us so far.
Yes, mwahaha. It's gonna be great.
Through the process of making it into a physical reality, but that's okay.
But
Going
first,
it up.
he has to be a physical reality. He's genuinely hurt by this.
Tristan, it's okay.
What? No, I'm not genuinely hurt by this.
Okay,
Somebody
Jenny.
was trying to come into the room and interrupt me.
Oh, tell him to go away.
I did that vigorously with my hand.
Mom, I'm recording my podcast.
It's not that.
Okay, Jenny, so we wanted to talk about you and
Oh.
your artwork because now you are making a living doing the thing that you love.
Yeah, finally. Man, it took a while. But yeah, I've been working basically freelance doing nothing but art since about March now, I guess, of this year. And it took a while. I mean, obviously pretty slow going and, you know, you get by how you get by, but no nefarious ways. That sounded very nefarious. But, you know, just trying to sell stuff. I hand print shirts, which I do for Film Geek Army and for myself, for my own online shop. I did that. I sold like some kind of touristy stuff at shops here in town and was just kind of trying to find clients for a while and started getting some clients. I'm working with a makeup company called Everyday Minerals. It's like all natural vegan mineral makeup, and they're here local in Austin, and I got a really awesome gig with them doing all kinds of stuff and website stuff and drawings and ads, all kinds of things, and it's really fun. So yeah, just kind of from word of mouth and from friends, which has been really awesome. I've just kind of gotten projects here and there of all different kinds that have really been fun, and I just take everything that I get, which can be kind of a blessing and a curse. I have a tendency to overwhelm myself with a lot of projects just because I'm like, that sounds so much fun, like, heck yeah, I'll make you a logo, like, heck yeah, I'll draw this thing for you. And yeah, it ended up, though, I got this job designing with a screen printing company, actually. So I've been doing that full-time since October. And basically, I just spend every day now. We have clients. I come up with cool stuff for T-shirts for them, and basically do what I did for you guys and make stuff and kind of make their ideas end up on shirts somehow. And it's awesome. It's super fun. Yeah, and I sell stuff online. I do fan art kinds of stuff, and I do my own illustrations and all kinds of stuff. Shirts, sweaters. Gonna do a lot more of that coming up now that I have fancy print access. So that's fun. And yeah, I'm just kind of doing all the creative things I can, I guess.
If you vote for Jenny, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
All your wildest dreams will come true.
All of your wildest dreams will become a physical reality on it.
Yes, at least on clothing. I can make that happen. Or on, like, a painting or something. I can do that.
Is physical reality your new slogan?
It's the new thing. It's the thing for tonight.
That's
Just
a
go
good
with
one.
it.
Physical reality. As opposed to virtual reality.
Well, now we're transitioning into something I didn't intend to talk about.
VR.
But speaking of JJ,
Yeah.
so you've been doing artwork for his podcast, Film Geek Army, ever since it started. And I wanted to bring up a fascinating GIF that circulated the internet after JJ shared it of you making a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the process behind that?
Yeah, so screen printing can be a really complex process, which I've learned over the last couple months and just from trial and error doing it myself. But really, just for like simple one-color things like Film Geek Army, it's just yellow on black. It's pretty easy to do. It's one layer. basically how I do it is I come up with the artwork, which is usually in vector, so that I can resize it pretty big to go on a shirt. Then you make basically transparencies of the artwork, and you get it burned onto the screen where like light hits the thing. It's technical. Anyways, it gets put on a screen, and then you have that screen that you reuse for each one of your prints. It's like your stencil, basically. And you put, you kind of slap some of this paint-looking ink on top of it, and then you just have to push really hard in one stroke with a squeegee over the top, which can be the hard part, because if you don't push on enough sides, you know, it can mess up the print and stuff like that. But it's really fun, and I really enjoy doing it and just being able to make something become a physical reality. Just to be able to, like, have a drawing, and then I end up with a t-shirt with that same drawing and a cool color ink, and it's pretty fun. It feels like making something real, which is awesome.
Making
It sounds
something
like you wouldn't
real.
want to use that process for a lot of shirts.
Right. That's the thing about it, is it is like time consuming, and it's not very functional for like large print runs. I think the most I did in a day was like 30 something, maybe 38, and that was a lot of work, because you print it, you have to, and I use like a water-based ink too, which dries out really quick, so I can only do about 4 at a time before I have to completely rinse the screen of all the ink, and then let that dry and sit there for a minute while the screen dries, and then do another 4 and make sure it doesn't dry too much in the process. It's a whole like thing, but I do really love it. I like making things with my hands, obviously, and doing like stuff like that. So it's fun. It's time consuming, but it makes it like a piece of artwork. And I like that each one of them kind of comes out a little different, and they each kind of have their own personality and things like that. It's fun. I like it.
They have their own personality, so your t-shirts are Deadpool.
Yes.
Like
This one came out a
collectively.
little awkward. I named this shirt Igor.
This one's a little creepy. Sorry about it. I'm gonna pat this one on the head and send it off in the mail and hope it doesn't give you bad vibes.
Give it creepy eyebrows.
This shirt came out so great. It seems so proud of itself. I called it Captain Hammer.
Corporate
That is a
tool.
really good idea. I need to start like giving them names, and I'll put that on the tag and be like, your shirt's name is.
It was born on. Oh no, it's
Robert.
Beanie Babies all over again.
Oh,
I do hug them though, which I know is weird. Like, I just can't help it. A lot of times too.
You should charge extra for that.
You want hugs? They're $20. But no, I do. Usually I'm sending them out to friends, so I'm like, I'm gonna hug this, and then you get to wear my hugs. I posted that on Twitter once. People
Yeah, I
liked
think I saw that on Twitter one time.
it. It's true. I do. I'm sentimental. I'm a girl.
I think you should market them that way, like pre-hug shirts, or this shirt was
Pre-hug.
hugged by.
This shirt was hugged by me. That gets a little creepy, though, I think. Like,
If-
But
hey,
think
you
of-
want something I hugged? Yeah, that
But
starts
think
getting
of all the
cool.
ways you could market it if you got somebody else to hug it, maybe someone that they would want to hug. Like, you could totally sell Joseph a shirt that JJ hugged.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
but-
I could do that, yeah.
I do like JJ hugs.
They're good ones. Those would be more pricey, though, than my hugs.
Exactly.
JJ hugs are much
I
more.
get those for free. So do you, but still.
You're a lucky one.
The Just Friends discount.
You're a lucky one, you are. Okay, so one more thing before we move on to something I really want to talk about. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, it's kind of cool that even with your busy schedule that you've got time to make your little doodles.
Yeah.
Your Halloween doodles that you did, and whenever you feel like drawing Sailor Moon, which never happens ever, and you never cosplay
Never.
ever.
Never. Yeah.
What's your favorite color wig that you have?
Oh man, that's like, ugh, I don't know. I love them all. They're different. They're all, yeah. I don't know.
Should name
I
them
think
too.
I use that like a teal kind of blue one a lot because I can kind of play with the colors of it in different light and stuff like that. Sometimes it looks blue, sometimes it looks like aqua, so that's fun.
They all have their own
but-
personalities.
Yeah, they all have personalities. No, I don't. I didn't name them. I'm lying.
Do you,
But I
do you
should.
hug them too?
Yeah. No.
So many things are becoming a thing for this evening.
I love hugging things. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, cosplay is awesome. I love to do that when I can. And yeah, I have a lot of hobbies, so I tend to do things like once a month a lot of times, like work on VR and virtual reality stuff, and I have like a bunch of 3D kind of play projects, different little worlds kind of that I mess around with in like Unity and Blender and stuff. So it all just kind of ends up like I'll do it once a month, and cosplay is definitely one of those things that I'm like, I feel like doing this for a couple hours today. And that's how like my Halloween costume ended up being a thing. I was like, I'm just gonna spend a whole lot of time on I was Ash from Evil Dead, and I made a whole like cardboard chainsaw hand in like a day.
That was really, really cool.
I still have photos, and I mean to like make a blog about it. That's one of my resolutions, I might say, for 2016 is to do more like blogging and talk about what I do and how I do it. And yeah, so I like did that with the intent of making a post about it, and then I ran out of time because I blog once a month, and I already blogged once this month. I do a lot of stuff.
No. Hi, person in the background.
Oh,
Who's in the background?
in my background?
Or something.
I'm alone.
I opened
here.
the-
Like nobody
I
else
thought
is
I
here.
was alone.
Is there a ghost?
I hope I'm alone.
Oh,
Am I
never
not alone in
mind.
this house?
Yeah.
It's like when
I
the
hope-
cat stares at a point in the air, and you wonder if
Yeah.
it's seeing something, or if it's just staring.
Jenny, do you like Star Wars?
I do, but I'll
Oh
admit,
no, there's a but.
I'll admit I am limited in my knowledge of it. But everything that I do know of it, I love. And from what I've seen, which is bits and pieces, I've really enjoyed it. I'm really excited and looking forward to the new one, though, which I know is weird because I'm like really haven't seen any of the movies all the way through, to be honest. But I know of them.
Oh.
Please don't hate me. I'm sorry. I can't even say that out loud
No.
without like.
I know
begging.
of
This
them.
friendship is going to work.
I know. I'm sorry.
Which
Forgive
was
me.
your favorite bit or piece that you saw? If you had to pick a scene or
Oh,
a character.
Any lightsaber fight scene is always amazing. Basically, Leia is awesome from what I've witnessed.
No, she's
Yeah.
she's a very empowering person.
Yeah, and I love her. I was seeing a bunch of articles recently about her talking about like parents being upset when they'd see kids at cons and somebody's got like the slave Leia costume on, and she's like, whatever, just tell them like a giant slug captured her and made her wear it, and then it's fine. It's like, I love you.
No, that article was awesome. I read that
It was
one. They
so
were actually
good.
they were specifically referring to apparently Disney was licensing all the merchandise now that they own the franchise is discontinuing like the action figure that was being sold of Princess Leia in the slave outfit because of the contention with parents about the implications of it. And that is what she said. She said, just tell them, look, I was a slave, I was wearing it because I was forced to wear it, and then I even used that BDSM chain to kill the thing that was making me wear it, and then I took it off.
Which is awesome.
She's like, it's not a sign of oppression, it's a sign of how much I kick ass.
Yep.
She's funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that you at least admire Star Wars from afar.
I
Because
do.
we were about to launch into the Star Wars discussion.
Go for it. I'm here to
Word.
learn. Teach me.
No, it's just, we are, I hope, all excited about the movie that's coming out.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Alex, are you excited?
Yes, I'm excited. However, I'm more excited about Laser Team. Sorry.
Sure. But
Did you
Star
get Laser
Wars-
Team in your area?
How do you not get it in Boston?
We get it in Boston, but I want to make it at more theaters around here because it's only at one theater currently.
Well, it's only in one theater around me. Otherwise, I'd have to go to Kansas City or Independence.
There are no theaters near me doing
Yeah,
it.
But it's been like sold out for 3 weeks at the one theater it's playing near me, so I need to get it put into another theater.
Wait, not 3 weeks. They only released tickets like a couple days ago.
Then yeah, about 3 weeks has been sold out because this is Boston, man. We're on the cusp. Or in
Oh
fact,
my
we're
God.
beyond the cusp.
Okay, Star Wars.
Cusp or Casp?
Wait,
Star Wars.
Cusp.
No, Star Wars. What do we know about the story for this new one?
It's about a chick this time.
Yeah, well, yes, the main protagonist is a girl, And then the second
And a
protagonist
stormtrooper.
is a stormtrooper who
I like that.
he's in a TIE fighter and he crashes on a planet that's covered in desert. But there's like...
Isn't it Jakku?
I don't know. Do you know?
Yes.
Jakku.
Okay, it's Jakku. And then like there's dumpster diving in a Star Destroyer that's crashed on the planet.
Makes sense.
Like that one part at the beginning of the
We
trailer.
like to call it scavenging because we're above dumpster diving. That's for hipsters. That's for hipsters and interns at iRobot.
That was you, wasn't it?
It was. I did the dumpster diving once, so I am now beyond that. Now
No,
I'm a
yes.
scavenger.
Because you brought up iRobot. Okay, so Han and Chewie are there,
It's
and there is a scene with Leia hugging Han, so we know she's there. We know that Mark Hamill grew his beard out so that he could look like a Jedi. We haven't seen him in the trailer.
We've seen him in one trailer, or at least we've seen
Well,
somebody
you saw
fighting
him
it.
like grab onto R2D2, was it?
Yeah, you saw a robot hand.
Yes, there was a
and-
robot hand, yes. But see, the question is whether that's the Sith guy that has Darth Vader's burned, charred helmet.
He, like, idolizes that dude.
The speculation is that Sith dude with the hand is Luke, who technically we did see at the end of Jedi turn to the dark side. Like, technically there's no other way to interpret that. And so people are wondering whether that's the big reveal, or whether it's just a new villain and they haven't shown us Luke because they want us to wonder. Speaking of fan theories, I love the fan theory that surfaced... What?
There's no theory about that.
Doesn't the new villain have a name though?
He does. He has a name and
Yes,
a
but
face.
Sith have second names.
Yeah, but we've seen his face.
We've seen a mask. Oh no, that's his apprentice that we've seen the face of, Kylo Ren.
Right. Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
There's a Sith Lord putting their hand on his head, though.
Well, I haven't actually seen the very latest trailer or whatever that they came
But
out
I wanted to
with.
talk about a fan theory that surfaced recently. Jenny, you know about Jar Jar Binks, correct?
Yes, yes, I am very
Everyone's
aware.
favorite character, the most colorful and creative character in the entire universe of Star Wars.
No,
Everybody wrongfully hates.
what I love about Jar Jar is that he's that guy in your role-playing group who always plays the fool.
Yeah.
Every scene has to be about him bumbling around doing something dumb when you're in the middle
Making
of
the
combat.
rest of the party clean up after him and look dumb.
Yeah, exactly. I've had that kind of play. I'm sure Tristan has in Dungeons and Dragons. But the fan theory is that Jar Jar is doing all of that as a front because of the trope that you see in kung fu movies where someone plays the fool and they're actually really awesome.
Ooh.
And so the fan theory was that he was supposed to be Sith Yoda. And if you look at the clues in episode 1, he does a lot of Jedi flips that if anybody else had done it, you'd be like, oh, that's a Jedi. But he does it. It's like, oh, it's because he's an alien. He's a Gungan. And then he's constantly like mouthing things that people are saying next to him. And then when he talks to convince someone, he waves his hands. And so it's this big fan theory that he was supposed to be the big reveal, and they replaced him with Count Dooku because of the backlash.
I just can't see that happening.
I don't know. I think that kind of thing, if they had done it, would have hit me about the same way as the bad guy in Iron Man 3, Ben Kingsley.
Oh,
turning out
yeah.
to be, an idiot, just
when
an
the,
actor
when
off
the
street.
boogeyman bad guy ends up being a soccer hooligan who's constantly drunk.
Yeah, that really rubbed me the wrong way in that movie, and I think it would have done the same thing if they had made Jar Jar like the super evil Sith Lord, or Sith apprentice. However.
I want to say that it's not the same thing because the Mandarin is this long-standing villain in the Iron Man mythos, but so is the Emperor for Star Wars. To find out that he's being told what to do or manipulated by Jar Jar Binks would be pretty bad.
I mean, it actually, there is another series that did that I can think of back in my college days when I watched a lot of anime. There was that ninja anime called Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
That had like a bumbling fool in it who was always messing things up, who talked in a really silly voice, and who was supposed to be a bad guy, but none of the bad guys liked him, and it turned out that he was like the longest-lived, baddest bad dude ever, and this was all a front.
Well, yeah, that's a trope in kung fu movies. So in their culture, that's just something that they would go to as a trope that here in America would be like, halfway through it, be like, get rid of that character. We don't like him.
But I like Toby.
I feel like the only way people would be able to stomach Jar Jar Binks being like a huge villain would be if he somehow like assumed like a big giant like boss form. You know what I mean? Like there's
This
no way
isn't
you
even
can
my final
look-
form.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the only way I could see it happening, but I don't think they would do that. You just couldn't. You couldn't look at that guy and think like, yeah, I'm threatened by that. No.
You're not scary.
Tristan,
Let me see your war face.
You remind me, Tristan, of a College Humor video that was every JRPG ever. And at the end, when they're fighting the bad guy, they're like, "Just kidding, I have 5 more forms."
Yeah. It's become, the bad kind of trope where people make fun of it. Like, it's over 9,000. That joke is dead. This isn't even my
never
final
dead.
form.
But over 9,000 is a
Exactly.
meme,
It's a
not a
joke that needs
trope.
to die.
So the final form thing is more of a trope. Like when you were playing Soul Calibur at my house on my couch, and you got to the final boss fight of the story, and the boss didn't have multiple forms, and you were like, "What? That's it?"
I'm used to that being a 3-part fight, and he went down in one round. Okay.
Jenny, do you play Soul Calibur ever?
I have not played Soul Calibur.
Oh, okay. Well, if someone ever asks you what your favorite character is, say Nightmare.
Okay.
Because that's all of
Nightmare.
ours.
Nightmare is my favorite.
He is cool. That was good. I like that.
Thanks.
Very
Awesome.
believable. I believe you right there.
Thank you.
We discovered recently that all 3 of us favor Nightmare.
Yeah.
He swings a giant sword.
I've only played it twice, and I played him because he looked like a badass. That's the only reason why I like him.
But he is. So Star Wars.
But he doesn't favor button mash.
So Star Wars.
Embrace the tangent.
It's okay.
Isn't
Star
it like
Wars.
one of the next t-shirts we're doing?
Star
Oh
Calibur.
yeah.
Embrace the tangent.
Embrace the tangent.
That's one of the next ones we're doing.
Embrace it.
Embrace it, love it, caress it.
Hug it.
Hug it and
I
then
want to
ship
hug
it out.
it. Something I can hug.
We can sell people tangents that have been pre-hugged
Yeah.
by Jenny Gacy.
She will make it into a
hugged it.
physical
20 bucks.
reality and then hug it.
It's for you.
Yeah, guys, physical
Oh,
reality,
make
that's
it
the wave
happen.
of the future.
That's gonna be on the back of the Embrace the Tangent shirt, is just the step-by-step process of making a shirt where you embrace the tangent and then you make it into a physical reality, then you hug it and you sell it to someone.
There you go.
Okay, so Star Wars?
Oh my god.
With a question mark?
Star Tangents.
Go ahead, Joseph. What else do you want to talk about Star Wars?
Well, actually, now that we're talking about Star Wars again, my son played in his first recital playing the piano.
You played the piano?
Did you do the dun, dun, dun?
No.
No, he sings that
So my
part.
mom has been teaching him a new approach to kindergartners that she's been developing. I've been helping her with. So he played in her recital yesterday, the Christmas recital for her studio. And one of the songs he played was the theme from Star Wars.
Awesome.
He played it on a little electric keyboard that had letters and colors and animal shapes on it related to the letters.
That's awesome.
Each button needs to light up with Darth Vader's face so he knows which one to
It doesn't light up. I'm sorry, Tristan. It's from the 80s.
Oh.
Keyboard
Everything lit
I
up in
grew
the
up playing
80s. What are
on.
you talking about?
You're from the 80s.
I was
You know, you
born
need
in
to
the
get him
80s.
that. You need to get him that cat keyboard that Barbara had in the Ten Little Roosters.
Actually,
Oh, those are awesome.
the keyboard in question does make cat sounds. As I said, I grew up with this
Yeah.
keyboard. Okay, so back to Star Wars. Now that we're
Tangent
talking about it again.
wars.
No tangent wars. Pew, pew, pew. So there were some things that people were saying about the trailer, and one of them was that the Knights of Ren, which is Kylo Ren's guys, the Sith guys, there's a scene where there's a storm and it shows them, and then off to the side it looks like either one of them is a Mandalorian, or one of them is just wearing Mandalorian armor because he killed one.
I saw that, and it's likely that he could have inducted Mandalorians, because Mandalorians have had so many splinter groups, since they're all trained as warriors, and then as they grow, not all of them continue to agree with the government on Mandalore. He could have come from any one of those Mandalorian splinter groups. He didn't have to have killed the Mandalorian, is what I think.
Yeah, sure. It's just that's the two opinions that I've heard. All we know about the story is the Sith come down to the planet for some unknown reason and start blowing everything up, and I think that's probably a Mandalorian because at one point he's using a flamethrower.
I read that Lucas, or well, Disney at this point, the people who went through the screenplay for this movie have purposefully avoided any reference or similarity to what we understand in the Star Wars expanded universe, because they want it to, they know that the expanded universe is there and they know it's a great story, but they want to keep the tradition of each film being a uniquely crafted story for the film, and they don't want it to be drawing on any books or anything like that. Create original content that more books in the future can draw on.
I feel like we've had this conversation before, months and months ago, but yes, you're right, because they're in a unique position that they've never had to worry about that. When they made 4, 5, and 6, there was no other area to make novels about. People just made novels about in between each movie and before it, and then they started writing about after it, and then they made episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then it's like, well, now we've got this whole other time period to write about. But they explored so far out after episode 6 that now it's like, well, if we want to make a movie here, now we kind of have to ignore all that so we can make our own story, because they've never been movie adaptations of books, and they don't want to be.
So it's interesting to go into it. You kind of have to unlearn what you have learned about this expanded universe, since the story and the way the characters interact may be, and probably should be, totally different.
What I really want to see in the area of book adaptations, and I've already said this like months and months and months ago, so it's worth saying again, I would like to see Christopher Nolan's Revan, like a Darth Revan trilogy, because he is like the Batman of Star Wars.
I've heard you say that before, and I have also heard that comparison from other people.
He's a Jedi, and he goes evil, and his family dies, and then he goes like in between. He goes gray, basically, and then his entire goal is to assassinate the Emperor, the Sith Emperor.
Yeah,
and it's just this crazy story, and he ends up being the bad guy in at least one, if not more, flashpoints and operations in the MMO, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, and he was the final boss in Knights of the Old Republic 2.
And isn't he the protagonist of the first one?
He is. You play as the person who becomes Revan in the first Knights of the Old Republic.
I love that that's a huge reveal at the end of the game, but the game's so old, it's hardly a spoiler anymore.
It is.
Like when I was streaming that game for that one day on Twitch, and you were watching, and a few other people were watching,
the game's good for its time. It didn't age
just
well.
it doesn't hold up. I hate having to say that. And by the way, Dix from the RT community that has been on my
we were talking about something else.
Magic podcast is going to be streaming KOTOR 2 like tomorrow or Friday or something. But when I was streaming it, like they're like, "Oh, well, who are you?" And he's like, "Oh," trying to hide who he is, and then they keep asking questions. I'm like, "Guys, it's Revan. It's a bad guy. Don't you?" And it's just so weird to play now that everyone knows that it's Revan.
I'm not gonna lie, I was with Tristan. I really thought you were gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, Dix," and then just stop and leave it at that.
That's what I thought going to do. By the way,
I'm talking about Ian. Ian Dixon.
Yes, we know.
That's just what I was thinking too.
Alex, eat a bag of Ian.
Oh, thank you. I have a title for this episode. It should be P4 Wars, Episode 7, The Tangent Awakens.
I thought it was going to be physical reality.
A physical reality. Subtitle.
Tangent Wars, Episode 1, A Physical Reality.
Physical reality.
So we had a community question last week, and it was, what is your favorite season of Red vs. Blue? But Tristan, you weren't on last week, so you get to answer it before we get our new community question.
My favorite season of Red vs. Blue? I think that my favorite season of Red vs. Blue was when Omega trapped Church in the time loop. Every time he was getting blown up by the bomb and then sent back in time, and he made 1 million copies of himself.
Gary,
That was a very funny season.
That was Gamma.
Gamma. I said Omega, didn't I?
Yes, you did. It was Gamma. Yes, that is season 3.
It was the computer Gary who was Gamma, and one of the funniest parts of that season, one of the part that made it my favorite, was when he was going around and trying to prevent all the bad things that happened to him the first time through. He realized after the fact that him trying to stop it was what caused it all to happen. like turning off the friendly fire protocol, which allowed the tank to target him.
Yes, that was all very well crafted.
I loved that part. So I would have to say that was my favorite season.
Okay, well, that's 2 votes, season 4. Well, okay, 1.5 votes, season 4, 1.5 vote, season 6, thanks to Alex. And then 1 vote, season 3. Jenny, do you have a favorite season of Red vs. Blue?
Oh man. Well, I'll be honest, I haven't seen all of them, so I'm not sure. I mean, really, anyone's I've seen where Monty was in there doing his thing, my favorite to watch ever, just because I love him. But season 1 is always going to be hilarious. I think I've seen that one more than any of the other episodes from different seasons and stuff, which I've seen from my friends being like, hey, I animated this or whatever. Just good old, simple classic.
Hey, Joseph, since I wasn't here last week, what about the answer to the other community question? Was there like a winning video game weapon? Did one get more votes than any others? Did anybody respond?
Well, before I check for that, I wanted to read the 2 comments we got on last week's episode on YouTube. And that was Stuart.
Got comments?
Yes, we got comments. Stuart, a.k.a. Mass Halo Gear, said, nice episode, guys. Happy face.
Thanks, Stuart.
But, Alex,
Love
you should say it like he would have said it.
What?
No, with an accent.
Nice episode, guys.
Thank you, Stuart. Nice, we love you.
And then there's a YouTube channel called The Itch Network that has been commenting on our stuff on and off, and they said that Star Destroyer's tight. Tight.
T-I-T-E?
Yeah, no,
Tight.
not necessarily, but I can change it, I guess, if you want me to. I'm sorry.
If you're gonna go with the net slang, you gotta do it right. T-I-T-E.
Was it a weapon from any game, or was it a weapon from a certain gun?
It was, I believe, Fallout 4, unless you hadn't played it.
Which I hadn't.
So I'm going
it's
back.
So good.
Fallout 4?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen all the weapons yet. I haven't gotten the
I
ray
may
gun.
I may soon have an opportunity to play through it, so I'll let you know.
I did pick up the gun that Andres had mentioned that he uses. I can't even remember what it's called because I haven't played in a few days.
Not the pipe handgun?
It's the pistol that he uses, the silenced pistol, and I agree with him that it's freaking amazing for stealth.
There's a guy who comments on our stuff sometimes named Smarty Pants.
Okay.
And he said
thanks,
that
Smarty
he
Pants.
likes the harpoon from Crackdown, and he also likes all the weapons from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, which is free with PS Plus. And then I'm going to continue reading our recent tweets that we've received because we haven't been doing Tweet of the Week lately.
I'm sorry.
Matthew Anderson often comments on Film Geek Army as well. Matthew Anderson said, I happen to really like Fire Emblem Awakening. So then Alex replied and said that he hadn't beat it yet.
Which I do like Fire Emblem. I just haven't gotten to beat it yet.
When we had
We need
Andres,
Malachi to talk about Fire Emblem.
when we had Andres and Hayden on to talk about Fallout 4, Andres shared our post and said, War never changes.
My name is Miranda.
Did he?
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yay, the hyena comes back.
We heard something. It might be your ghost.
Maybe.
Ooh.
No idea.
It's the ghost of the shirt you didn't hug.
Oh no! I missed one! Now it's come back to haunt.
Hug it so it doesn't have any more
I've
unfinished business.
tried to hug the air. I'm putting my arms around it. I'm trying.
I think you did it. I think it's gone.
Please
Needs to
forgive me.
cross over. It must return to the fibers whence it came.
It is now a physical reality.
I have made it a physical reality.
Okay, so Stuart, the crazy Brit that's off and on, said, Player 4 Podcast is getting shirts, throws wallet at the screen.
Yes.
And then, I think it was that same day, we were his Follow Friday along with Achievement Hunters Off Topic and the Community Bit Blender podcast.
That's as good as shut up and take my money.
It was pretty good. And that's all the tweets of the week that we've received in the past few weeks.
Love it.
Other than when Jenny tweeted us today that she couldn't wait to be on the podcast. And now she's changing her mind.
And now she's changing her mind.
Yeah, no, I hate it. No, I'm having so much fun.
Like our life in review.
So,
Live with us through our tweets. Look at all these tweets we get.
so we need to have a spoiler cast on Star Wars soon.
I'm going to open up an aviary to keep all my tweets in.
But I don't think we're going to have time prior to Christmas to do so, because we're going to be making our holiday episode very soon.
Holidays. It's almost Christmas, guys.
Oh my god.
It's next Friday.
I'm not
But
ready.
we're also going to be doing other stuff.
I have
Are we?
bought one gift
Oh,
so
yes,
far.
we are going to do other stuff, Alex. Didn't we talk
I'm
about that
happy
last
as
week?
fuck.
Yes.
Tristan's excited about something.
I'm excited about Christmas.
They're
Okay.
both. They're whispering to each other.
We always whispering to each other so that you guys can keep talking. Shh, ignore us.
Yeah, you're not. Okay. So, Alex and I talked about last week that we're going to be doing some more Minecraft soon, so I think
Yeah.
we're going to be planning that out very soon. But the community question, to tie everything together, is if Jar Jar Binks were to turn out to be Santa Claus, but like Star Wars Santa Claus, then what would you ask him for?
I can't even wrap my head around that concept.
I mean, isn't the obvious answer you ask him to shut up?
Oh!
Can we have a better Star Wars Santa?
No, this is
No.
if he turned out to be Santa Claus. What would you ask for?
Just no.
Oh, dear.
To go.
I want that fish that he befriended and rode around on.
Yeah, I would ask for that the little ship that they rode in to get through the planet core.
Mm.
What was that
When they
called?
were going to feed.
Yes, the one they used. What's that called?
I forgot. I think it started with a B.
I guess I'm just
Although
thinking
that could
about
be
it.
because he calls everything that's cool Bombad, because that's like the word cool in his language. So maybe that's why I'm thinking it starts with a B.
I think it was called a Bombad.
Well, no, Bombad... Bombad just like
Ugh.
means super great to them.
And we're back to embracing the tangent.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're
Boys.
wrapping up here. All right. So, Jenny,
Yes.
thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting up with us.
We'll have to-
No problem.
we'll
you
have
guys
to
are
bring
great.
you on
Thank you so
again.
much.
Would you like to close out our episode as is the tradition for guests?
Sure. Do I need to say anything special? Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a safe weekend, week, whatever it is for you right now. And thanks. Thanks for being cool. Thanks for being a friend. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for
I
being.
like it. I
She
like
can be
it.
the sensitive side of the Player 4 podcast for this week.
I'm like the soft, like easy pillow. I'm just like I don't know. I had a point with that, but then I forgot it instantly. So that's
I
what
just
I'm
want
gonna
a
end on. I will give you a hug. I'm hugging the air.
I'm
Aw.
hugging the air too.
There you go. Feel that hug, internet.
You
Everyone
feel
gets
that,
a hug.
audience? Group hug.
This one's free, but the next one you gotta pay me $20.
Aw.
My hugs ain't cheap. No, I'm kidding. They're
But you
free.
didn't expect to get business advice when coming on this podcast.
I know, right? It's been informative and entertaining. I've had a great time.
Buy one, get one free.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm halfway done making our clip show.
I'm looking forward to it.
What I'm doing, Jenny, is I am going to make a short episode merely out of clips of other episodes.
Awesome.
Completely taken out of context.
Sweet.
It's going to be really weird.
I look forward to that. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, you'll see it. It'll be up. And we'll probably put in some clips of you, because you've been saying
Yeah.
stuff today about ghosts, and maybe that'll be in there.
Hugging ghost air.
We're going to have
Ghosts?
Stuart in there talking about wearing a shirt for pants and truncheons.
Wearing a shirt for pants and then hugging
You need
the
to
shirt.
generate.
Yes! Yes!
You need
Yes!
to generate an image of Stuart, with a shirt on and then a shirt on as pants, with the instructions written on the shirt for how to wear it as pants.
I've been, with the clips that I've been putting together, it's seeming like it's all going to be centered around Stuart wearing a shirt for pants. So I think it needs to be a shirt that Jenny's made.
There we go.